All right, I'm gonna spin the dial here. Looks like not too much, not too much. But when I spin it in towards shore, there should be a tree somewhere around here. Where are you at, tree? Oh, those look like two fish right there, two nice fish. And whammo, there's the tree. Okay, we got pretty close to it. Legit probably only 20 feet away. Is there any fish around it? The mayor and I are just packing light tonight. A couple of Vexilars, 24V, some camera gear, 3 rods apiece. We are on early ice in the metro. It's good solid ice. We've just been bouncing around looking for lakes that have quality ice. A good reminder, shallow muddy lakes freeze first, deep clear lakes freeze last. So if you know kind of how the lake's set up around your area, I can at least help you make a decent decision when just going to check ice. It hasn't been super cold here, but cold enough. All right, we're back with the mayor. Mayor,
folks.
Talk to us. How was the re-election? And then what are some tips you have for early ice for folks?
Re-election was a close call, had some tough competition on that, but I made it back again, and now we're back on the ice. And we're dealing with about 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
So it's good ice though, good black, clear ice. Not black, clear, but ain't too worried about it. There's some holes out here too, so we don't got to go too much farther to get to the spot, and we're gonna see if we can put a couple fish on the ice today. I need some fish in the freezer, so
yeah. Grandma wants some fish.
Grandma is pissed off. She wants some fish. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rip a couple up here and just see. All right, that should be good. We just probably drilled like 25 holes, and we're only really gonna be sitting in less than 10 feet of water. And with no snow on top, really thin ice, we need to just be quiet. Shut up, settle in, sit down, and start jigging.
Did you bring a tip up?
No, I didn't.
I was thinking about bringing a tip up with some minnows, but I didn't.
I'm gonna put just a couple wigglers on this pinhead, even though I probably don't even need it.
Probably don't need them on the pinhead.
But for the gills, maybe. You never know.
There we go. Perch. I told you, it's everything you catch. I'm just missing a crappie, and I got everything I said.
I'm marking. This kind of seems like a gill the way he's coming up.
The crappie, they're gonna come right before dark.
Yeah, and we're gonna frickin' slam them.
I leave for Red Thursday morning.
Yeah, Augie's telling me you, Ike.
Todd.
That'll be a freaking good time.
Yeah, it should be. I haven't been up there in years, so.
And it should be perfect timing too, because it's like early, but the lake's had
Yep, time to settle.
It's usually a day or two after it caps, that lake is so muddy and it's just not good fishing. Not that good. Oh, nice mark, come in. Eat it. There we go. On the pinhead. Little walleye. Brooks is on, nice fish.
Better gill. Yeah, it's a better gill.
All right.
Look at that.
First fish around home, just a tiny walleye. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have a multi-species type night, I think. Brooks has got perch.
Sam, we should have been out here hours earlier. Overcast like this.
See you, little buddy. Grow up and get bigger. Oh man, the best thing about ice fishing is Brooks and I both got to the lake pretty late, but you don't need too much time a lot of times during early ice. You just freaking walk out somewhere, fish for an hour and a half, you either get them or you don't. You don't have to bring too much gear, it's just nice quick hits. Oh, came flying in.
Did you even know?
Little walleye.
Dang. That's good to see though.
That is really good to see. I wonder if they just stocked it recently. Golly, eat it, Pete. Another beautiful little walleye. That's the future. A couple years.
We'll be out there and smacking them.
Smacking them. Bringing grandma some walleye.
My grandma desperately needs some walleye, so I think.
Coming up. This is coming up like a gill.
These little walleyes seem like they're really aggressive. You get a gill?
Nice gill.
Remember when we were out here and we just randomly found that school of perch and we just kept chasing it down and picking them out?
Those were big perch.
Yeah, they were nice perch. It's so fun to do that around here. You don't get to do that a lot.
No, there's like no good lakes with perch opportunity. Not like what we did that day. Nice, beautiful bluegill. We're on the board with a gill and 2 eyes. I think this overcast, this beautiful weather we have tonight, we're gonna see steady action all night, which sometimes.
And that's why I went with worms.
Yeah,
because everything loves worms.
Everything loves worms. You've got worms.
My dog even had worms for a while.
There we go. Fish on. Good fish. Good fish. What do we got? Nice crappie. Oh. Nice. Nice, beautiful crappie. The ice is so thin and clear. I saw him circling way out there. Beauty. This would be a perfect cutter. Are you cutting tonight or no? Yeah. You are cutting? All right. Brooks is keeping some fish tonight. That's a perfect eater. That's probably a beautiful 10.5 incher. And my first crappie of the year. Feels awesome. Do it. Do it. A little boo-boo. That's sweet. We've now caught walleyes. Brooks caught a perch, crappies, and bluegills. Same spot, only fished 2 holes. I gotta do this. Even though we're catching out of this hole, I gotta scratch this itch. There's some white ice about 25 yards away from us. Especially when there's no snow on the lake. Sometimes any strip of white ice or any little pressure ridge can be loaded. We're gonna go find out. Here you go, fish on. I think I got a school of bluegills down there. Just a little dude. I got my Vex set on low power mode. And I barely got my transducer under the ice because I'm trying to get the biggest sonar cone I can. Anytime you're in shallow water, I love running low power mode. Then with the 30, you can kind of really dial in a cone angle that works well with your shallow range. Because sometimes if you're in shallow water, you barely see them. They enter that cone angle and they're on your bait and whack. Kind of thought that white ice would be the juice, but there we go. Gotcha. Just a gill, not too big. He was acting like he was really smart though. 10 more minutes, and then I'm kind of all in, guns blazing on that pinhead, just in case any big crappies or decent sized walleye rolls through right at last light. All right, current time check is like, what is it, 4:15? 4:15, I think sundown is 4:30. And this is the best part about early ice. You don't have to pack much gear. You can go out for a couple hours, catch some fish. If you're on them, you're on them. If you're not, you're not. And it's just, I don't know, it's just very low end work to have a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna probably commit right in this general area, this 20-yard circle. Brooks is just a little bit to the right of me. This is where we caught those 2 walleyes right away and that 1 crappie. I think kind of as the sun starts to set, hopefully some more crappies roll through and take the same line. But yeah, we're just relaxing and having a good one. The mayor and I, our first trip out locally. All right.
Only ones out here, northern Minnesota.
I know, we're the only ones out here. First hole in the lake. Something else really cool I want to touch on before we kind of get into that primetime bite. I have to say a huge thank you. A huge thank you to every single one of you that came out to the St. Paul Ice Show this year, and every single one of you that came to the meetup. It was unbelievable, the amount of support. Huge line. We gave away some high ticket prices, and I heard so many sweet stories and met so many sweet people. Thank you. Seriously, thank you to each and every one of you that came out. And a huge thank you to all the companies that donated prizes for the giveaway. Clam donated 2 giant houses, the same exact one I have, the Thermal and the Nook XL, 1 hub. Huge shout out to Vexilar. Thank you for letting us give away a Vexilar. And the people that won all the really cool prizes, whether it was Shore Lunch or the Vexilar or hubs or the Light Flight Auger, huge shout out to Strike Master. They were all really, really cool people, and I think it's gonna really benefit them this year. They had really cool stories. The one guy that won the fish house, he said he had a fish house. Last time he got a fish house was 25 years ago. So for him to get a brand new one, that's really, really sweet. So overall, huge thank you to the companies, and a huge thank you to the St. Paul Ice Show, and a huge thank you to you guys for coming on out. It was awesome. I was just marking here and I was looking up at that dang camera. Are you marking?
Here we go. Come on. Come up, come up, come up, come up. There we go, that's a better fish. Yeah, nice bluegill. That's a nice gill. Nice bluegill. He choked it. Damn. Got it.
I'll tell another quick story while I'm just sitting here jigging. This morning I bounced around, checked a couple different lakes to see if they had safe ice, and I found one that had really safe ice. And like probably 200 yards away from the access, as I'm chipping and walking my way out, I see a big rod bag, and I came across it, and there's rods and a bunch of tackle in there, and I posted on Instagram to see if we can try to get it back to the owner. I'll show the clip right here. Okay, this is important message. I'm just kind of out around my house, checking some ice on some small lakes. Found this out kind of in the middle of a lake. I know what it's like to lose a tackle bag and tackle, so if this is yours or your buddy's, DM me on Instagram, tell me the lake name, and I'll gladly bring it back to you, because I don't want to leave it out here and somebody just boost it. Couple rods, got a rattle reel, and he's got like all his tackle in here. If this is really your bag, DM me, or if it's your buddy's bag, like I said, just DM me the lake name and stuff, and I'd love to get it back to you. He's got all his gear in here, and this is a lot of money in tackle, so hopefully we can find the owner. All right, let me know. Anybody who's ice fished enough has definitely left stuff on the ice, and I don't know, it's tough to try to find the owner, but I got it posted everywhere, so if it's yours, comment it down below, DM me on Instagram, and if you can name the lake I found it on, I'll try to get it back to you. But yeah, that was just one unique thing from today. What do you got cooking?
You're like, I found it on the ice and I'm not giving it back.
I found a bunch of nice tackle and it's mine.
Somebody's probably really missing it, but too bad.
We're back at the lake. It's a little more crisp this morning. It's like 23 degrees, which is really not that cold, but it feels cold for us who we've had a lot of 30-degree weather, and it's beautiful. This is like top tier for me. Having a warm cup of coffee as the sun comes up and everything's quiet. There's really nobody else out on the lake. That is top tier. Some of my favorite things in the whole entire world. It's just watching the sun coming up, walking out to the spot, and enjoying a warm cup of coffee. So yeah, let's get the gear unloaded and let's walk out to the spot. Brooks was just howling yesterday, just howling. I ain't got no worms, I ain't got no worms. He stopped just to make sure Brooks has got some worms. All right, I'm gonna spin the dial here. Like not too much, but when I spin it in towards shore, there should be a tree somewhere around here. Where are you at, tree? Oh, those look like two fish right there, two nice fish. And whammo, there's the tree. Okay, we got pretty close to it. We're legit probably only 20 feet away. Is there any fish around it? Maybe. I'm trying to just pan really slow on the outside of it. That might be a big fish down in it. Oh, it's hard to tell. That is a giant tree. I'm getting out of here. It is way too warm to be on 3 inches of ice. Oh, these look like some old bass beds right here. Check them out. Big bed, big bed, big bed. Yeah, these look like old bass beds. 2 big beds right there. Either bass or big bluegill beds. God, they look like bass beds. That was just 2 small trips right around my house on the ice that we have. Please be careful, be safe when you're checking ice. Just go slow, be cautious, because there's not a lot of good ice out there, especially if you're from like the metro down. I'm only really finding a few lakes that have quality safe ice, and everything else is either not capped or just skimmed over, or there's like 1 inch of ice. It's pretty sketchy because it's been such a, warm early season so far, but that's gonna change probably pretty soon. But yeah, it was nice to set the hook a couple of times. It was fun to get out on the ice. Be safe. Thank you so much for watching. And I guess there's nothing left to be said than stay tuned. And as always, let the adventure begin.
Move ahead, oh my pretty babe. Something ain't right. Got to find a way to move ahead.